Hello everyone, let us see the thermodynamics question of GATE 2002. The first law of the thermodynamics is represented by, okay, so we know this first law, that is delta Q is equal to du plus delta W. Delta Q is equal to du plus delta W. Okay, so from this four equation you see it is given in terms of delta U. So let us write this. Du is equal to delta Q minus delta W. You see here, it is du over here, delta Q minus delta W. So it is your option D. Okay. Next, the work done by an ideal monoatomic gas in a cyclic process is 400 Joule. The heat absorbed by the gas is, okay. So guys, in this case, for an ideal monoatomic gas, okay, what happens whenever the work happens, like suppose the work can happen in anywhere, any cycle, like P versus T, P versus V, to draw the diagram, okay. So during this work, what happens, the change of internal energy is your zero. That means there is no change of internal energy because it is a cyclic process. It is starting from system 1 going to 2, then 3, then 4, then it is returning back. So the initial and the final condition is same, so that's why this change of internal energy is zero. Okay, but to move through all the reasons, actually there has to be some work. So that work, and you use this first law of thermodynamics, that is du is equal to delta Q minus, as you have seen in the previous question, delta Q is equal to du plus delta W. Since du is equal to 0, so delta Q will be equal to delta W. So that means the amount of heat which is absorbed is going into the work. So this is the work done. So that will be equal to the amount of heat absorbed by the gas. Okay. So this will be your same option D. Okay. Next, the effect of temperature and pressure on the chemical equilibrium can be predicted by. Okay, so the effect of pressure and temperature is basically told by this Clausius-Clapeyron equation. Okay. Next, the rate constant of a reaction depends. The rate constant of a reaction depends on. Okay, the rate constant. So this rate constant depends on temperature, time of reaction, extent of reaction, initial concentration of species. Okay. So basically the rate constant depends on your temperature. Okay. It does not depend on time of reaction, extent of reaction, or the initial concentration of the species. So the rate constant, it depends only on this temperature. Okay. Not time of reaction, extent of reaction, and initial concentration of the species. Okay. Next, the EMF of the chemical cell represented by Cu2 plus, then Zn2 plus is reacting with to give Zn. So that means what is the reaction? This Cu, it is forming as Cu2 plus 2 electron, and the next reaction is Zn2 plus 2 electron is giving you Zn. Okay. Guys, we have these two reactions, right? So first you need to have an idea of the electrode potential for these two reactions. The first if you see the reduction of copper, then it gives copper, so it is around 0.34 in plus. In the case of zinc, it is around minus 0.76. Okay, right? If you don't remember the exact figure also, but you have a sense that in the case of copper it is in some positive value. Okay, so write it as positive, and in the case of zinc it is in negative, right? We know. And in the case of zinc it is higher negative also, right? Now if you want to come to this equation, then this copper we need to reverse it, so it will be like copper is equal to Cu2 plus 2 electron, so it will be like Zn2 plus copper is equal to copper 2 plus Zn. Okay, so when we write this one, so here it will be minus 0.34 and here it will be minus 0.76. so if we add this, so it comes around 1.1 in the case of negative. So basically the EMF of this cell will be a negative one. Okay guys, so hope this will help you for your preparation.